I would probably say Sam Elliott's character, because he's a person who's looking back on his life, and even though I'm young, I think we constantly look back on our lives and think about what it means to have made a mark, or what it means, especially as an artist. He plays an actor in the film, so he's thinking about kind of what impact he's had as an artist or his work has had previously, and I think I do that all the time. You're constantly thinking about, well, I hope I'm doing good work, I hope I'll be remembered for good work, and I hope I'm making some kind of a change. And I think Lee Hayden, Sam's character, is dealing with that. And it ends up that he starts really thinking about his personal relationships, which I think is really, at the end of the day, what really matters, and that's kind of what the film is about. So I think for me, a lot of the time when I write and I direct, it's a bit of therapy, and you try to put yourself in your character's shoes and say, what lesson can I learn from making this? And I think that's a big lesson. I think you get wrapped up in this sort of film and movie world, and you forget that the most important relationships are, your loved ones, your family, your friends, and keeping those relationships up are arguably more important than your legacy, quote unquote.
Tell me a little bit about your role in this film versus, say, A Walk in the Woods.
Well, in A Walk in the Woods, I had a lot more facial hair and a lot less to do. It was really fun getting to work with Mr. Redford. And, I affectionately refer to him as Old Saddle Face. He's been a great hero to me for a lot of my life. But Sam Elliott is kind of right in the same drawer as Robert Redford. And so working on this with Sam, because of the nature of our jobs on this and Parks and Recreation, we've become much more intimate friends. And both guys are incredible sweethearts, and I appreciate the immediate effects of that. It's a great gift, but it's also a wonderful education, that you can be someone as accomplished as Robert Redford or Sam Elliott and still just be an absolute sweetheart.
He could be with Terrence.
They're also two very different films. I'm a huge fan of Bill Bryson, who wrote A Walk in the Woods, and working on the adaptation of that is a different animal, where we're trying to represent this beautiful book as accurately and as moving away as possible. And then working on a Brett Haley script, there's something more fecund and funky about this young man's original writing of this character piece. One was amusing about growing old and accepting mortality and aging, vis-a-vis relation to the Appalachian Trail. And this has similarities in that there's elements of mortality and dealing with aging, but at the same time, it's a little, I don't know, it's from a little bit of a younger man's point of view. Bill Bryson is probably 25, 30 years older than Brett Haley. But I really appreciate that Brett Haley has the humanity to say, all right, I love this actor Sam Elliott. I'm going to envision a story where we can really dig into his personal humanity, or someone like him.
Right.
And I really appreciate that, because the business would say to you, why don't you have some younger, better-looking people? And I would say to them, there's no one better looking than Sam Elliott. And he's a human being too, like people over 45 also have lives that we're interested in.
That's right. I concur with that 100%. Tell me, what was your favorite scene in this movie? I haven't seen it yet. I missed it at Sundance. I'm lucky I'm going to see it tonight. Tell me your favorite scene.
Well, my favorite scene, selfishly, there's a scene where Sam plays an actor and he's preparing for an audition, and my character gets to help him run his lines.
Okay.
And that will always be one of the highlights of my career, getting to be on the receiving end of some of those stares from Sam Elliott.
What was the inspiration for making this film?
2 words: Sam Elliott.
There you go.
Yeah, he was in my last film, I'll See You in My Dreams, and I really loved working with him. I was really inspired by him, not only as an actor but a human being, and I felt that he deserved kind of his own his own movie where he was in every scene and it was about him, and he got to show off, I think, what an amazing actor he really is. And so Mark Bash, my co-writer, and I came together and came up with this character, and we kind of play, I think, a little bit on Sam's legacy in real life, that he's kind of known as a Western icon.
Right.
But he sort of plays a much sadder version of himself. Sam is, in many ways, his character's close to him. In many ways, it's nothing like him.
Okay.
There's a lot of fiction in the film, and I think that we were just really inspired by Sam, and we wanted to just give him something that he could sink his teeth into, and we think he's a movie star, and he can carry his own film, and a non-Western, where he's not on a horse,
Right.
and it's just him. So that was really the inspiration, yeah.
Now, are there any similarities between the character of I'll See You in My Dreams and this character?
No.
None. None at all.
Completely different guy. I mean, the character he plays in I'll See You in My Dreams, Bill, is a bit of a mystery. He comes in and sweeps Blythe Danner off her feet. He's kind of put together. He's very charming. He's very clean cut and kind of, all above board to a degree. And I think the character he's playing in this is much more. He's much more conflicted.
Okay.
He's a little bit down on his luck. He is harder on himself. It's a more complex character, and because we get more time with him, we get so little time with him in Dreams.
But very important.
Very
in that.
important
Yeah.
time, but very little time, and so we he's in every scene of this film, so he carries it, and it's really a subjective film. So it's really from his point of view, and the character, I think, the audience gets into his shoes and feels the way he feels. Hopefully, that was the goal.
Okay.
And but no, very different. I think people will see sides of Sam Elliott that they've never seen before. He's not just the handsome guy who swoops in and
He's still that. He'll
he's still
always be that.
But he gets to be a little romantic, a little sad, funny. He gets to smoke a lot of fake weed in this film. It's a lot of fun to see him do it.
Tell me a little bit about incorporating Nick Offerman into this film, who's known for his comedic skills, and then blending that in with Sam, who I'm not sure that he's known for comedy, more for Westerns.
Well, he's, Sam and Nick worked together on Parks and Rec, and he's very funny. Sam was very funny on that. He played Other Ron. So Nick and Sam were already friends, and I like to cast actors who know each other or have a rapport previously.
Okay.
And since they were playing best friends, I thought I would cast best friends.
Okay.
So that's really how it came together, and I adore Nick Offerman. I've been a huge fan of his, since he came onto the scene, and I think he also is way more than Ron Swanson. So I wanted to give him something that he could do that was outside of that box. I didn't have him do any woodworking or any steak eating. He actually he plays a pot dealer, and he plays a very unique one, and a guy that has a unique relationship with Sam, and the fact that they go back to when he was a child actor. Nick's character was a child actor and acting alongside Sam. So it was a very different role for him, and I love doing that. I love taking actors that people know and they think, oh, I know who that actor is, I know what kind of role they play, and then giving them something very different to do.
That's great. I'm excited. And this film has been picked up by The Orchard, is that correct?
Yes, it's coming out June 9th in New York and LA, and then it's going to be nationwide by July 4th. So we're very excited about it. I think it's going to be a great summer crowd pleaser, but that also connects. It's an emotional film, but it's also very funny, very entertaining. I think people hopefully will walk away thinking about some things and hopefully feeling, in general, positive about life.
I can't imagine anything but. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.